honor the present. I asked Brother Jim and Jason a question, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. But I want to go through our theme now. It's living sacrifice. Here are your verses. It's Romans 12, 1 and 2. It says this: I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. Be not conformed to the world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good, acceptable, and perfect will of God. There's so much power and substance behind these verses. There's so much in this, and we're gonna delve into this into our seminars this week. We're gonna have 4 full days of this. You're gonna hear sermons on this. But I'll tell you, we can go weeks and we still would not touch on every concept or thought in these verses. We were going to have Brother Tyler come up and give us his how he got to it, but he's on the phone busily working. So I would say Brother Tyler came to us. He came to us about a year ago and felt inspired to the word sacrifice. And as we began to think about it and pray about it, as we often do, you know, we're already talking about next year, believe it or not. So it takes a lot of time to do this. We actually added. And we found in these verses in 3 different confirmations. Brother Jim was lying on the beach right after camp last year.
Yeah, the next week.
The next week. And somebody came by him with a t-shirt that said living sacrifice. Brother Jason left the country, and as he was in a taxi, the same day, wasn't it? I think it was the same day. It was a billboard, living sacrifice. I was woken up that same morning, and this scripture was given to me. And I didn't even know what it was. I couldn't remember. I opened my book and I read it. There it is. So, you know, the Lord, He worked to give us this. This is ours. We have to take ownership over this theme. There's a purpose in this for each and every one of you that are here. This is not random. There's a purpose in this, and it's yours, and it's mine. We just have to grab it and take it. Brother Tyler, comment on this? What do you want to say? I was doing it for you, buddy.
Well, you're doing a great job. As far as the theme goes, this started probably a couple months before camp out last year. I've been going through my head and praying about it, listening to all kinds of music, trying to figure out what our theme should be this year. And something came to me, which isn't our theme, but it came to me and I thought about it, I prayed about it, but just something it just wasn't coming together like I wanted it to. So as I got to camp out and sitting through some of the seminars, the word sacrifice just kept going over and over through my head, and it just never left. I'd wake up in the morning, I'd start thinking about it. Before I'd go to bed, I'd still be thinking about it. And I knew that there was something about that word that I felt God was trying to send through me, that was what He wanted us to focus on, was our sacrifice that we do to try and become closer to Him. And as I kept pondering it and thinking about it, I brought it before the brothers, and that's when their experiences came up. And Brother Tom came up with these verses in Romans. And right then I knew that was it, and I knew that's what it had to be. I mean, it was clear as day. So a lot of thought has went into this, and how we could, like it says, present our bodies new and renew our mind and put away the things of the world, and even find a way to get closer to Him, no matter what way that is. Listening to spiritual music, getting off the internet once in a while, spending time with your family, spending time with some of the pillars in the church, talking to them, learning their experiences. That's what I felt that we would get out of this for this week. And I guess we'll see.
All right. Now the last thing we're going to do is I asked Brother Jim and Jason a question that I want you to think about. I said, now your questions are this: what do you want? What do you need? And I asked them actually. I said if I were to ask you, what do you want everybody at camp to feel, to experience, to come away with, to have what impact on them? What would it be? And as they gave me their answers, and I thought about mine, and I want you to think about that for yourself. I was so blessed by their answers, I wanted to share them with you. Because I want you to understand, this is honestly how we feel. This is not, we're going to make a slideshow about this. I just asked them, what do you think? They didn't know that I was planning on doing this, and I didn't until I got them. But I want you to understand just how much we want this experience for you. Everybody in this room. Everybody that's not in this room. So I want you to watch this, and then we'll close the meeting.